Is it time to buy or sell AST SpaceMobile stock? In this video, we're diving deep into AST SpaceMobile. Our initial report was published on our website on Thursday, the 2nd of October, 2025, and now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for anyone among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 1st of October, 2025, our system has ranked AST SpaceMobile as a hold/accumulate, assigning it a score of 0. Now, let's examine the stock's performance during this time. In this period, the stock has surpassed our expectations, achieving a gain of 16.19% since we initially recommended purchasing AST SpaceMobile just 2 days ago. This results in an average return of 8.1% per day since it was classified as hold/accumulate. A score of 0 signifies that our system anticipates significant volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. Given the recent developments, we are unable to predict the stock's next movement, as it could take either direction. The stock has broken the very wide and falling short-term trend upwards. Firstly, a slower falling rate is indicated, but this may well be an early signal of a trend shift. On the reaction, there will be support at the ceiling of the current trend broken, which is $56.49, a level that may present a second chance to capitalize on a rally. According to fan theory, $77.31 will be the next possible trend top level and thus serve as a resistance level that may not be surpassed on the first attempt. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential decrease of 7.51% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from negative 50.13% to negative 21.2%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates an 86.81% projected change. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 0.134% to 86.66% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $66.07 and $123.49. Our latest daily update for AST SpaceMobile includes the headline, Significant Movements in AST SpaceMobile Inc. stock price on Thursday, fluctuating 16.41% between high and low. The AST SpaceMobile Inc. stock price increased by 16.19% on the last trading day, rising from $56.94 to $66.16. It has now experienced gains for 3 consecutive days. It will be intriguing to observe whether this upward trend continues or if the stock takes a brief pause in the coming days. During the last trading session, the stock varied by 16.41%, with a low of $57.41 and a high of $66.83. The price has risen in 6 of the last 10 days and is up by 59.65% over the past 2 weeks. Trading volume also increased on the last day alongside the price, which is a favorable technical indicator, with a total of 10 million more shares traded compared to the previous day. In total, 30 million shares changed hands for approximately $1.98 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the stock reached its highest price of $66.83, while the lowest price was $17.50. Currently, the price sits 1%, or 67 cents, below the 52-week high of $66.83, which also marks the all-time high for the stock. AST SpaceMobile experienced a significant rally today after the company confirmed the completion of its Bluebird 6 satellite and outlined plans to deploy between 45 and 60 satellites by the end of 2026. This news coincided with a prominent bank raising its price target and extensive short covering, which propelled the stock to new highs. The Bluebird network boasts partnerships with over 50 mobile operators and utilizes direct-to-cell broadband technology, which fuels investor optimism that ASTS can access a substantial addressable market. In the short term, this execution news and the analyst upgrade are likely to maintain momentum, drive increased trading volumes, and result in share price volatility as traders seek gains and short positions are unwound. However, this enthusiasm is tempered by sector-level launch risks, including a recent failure of a rocket, as well as company-specific challenges such as rising operating expenses, inflationary cost pressures, and intense competition that have led to significant price fluctuations this quarter. Looking ahead, successful launches, commercial rollouts, and operator contracts could significantly enhance the company's valuation and support sustained revenue growth. Yet, the stock will continue to be capital-intensive and reliant on execution, leaving substantial upside potential only if ASTS demonstrates consistent delivery and effective cost management. Analyst ratings. On Wednesday, the 1st of October, 2025, it was reported that Barclays assigned ASTS an overweight grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 9th of September, 2025, it was reported that UBS rated ASTS as neutral with a downgrade action. On Thursday, the 14th of August, 2025, UBS assigned ASTS a buy grade along with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 12th of August, 2025, Roth Capital gave ASTS a buy rating with a hold action. On Monday, the 16th of June, 2025, B. Riley rated ASTS with a buy grade and a hold action. Analysts have assigned AST SpaceMobile stock an overall strong sell rating. They categorize the price-to-earnings ratio as strong sell and the price-to-book ratio as strong sell. Regarding return on investment, the analysts also rate the stock as strong sell. The following signals have been identified for AST SpaceMobile. The AST SpaceMobile Incorporated stock exhibits buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive outlook for the stock. Additionally, there is a general buy signal from the relationship between these two indicators, where the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. During any downward corrections, support is expected at the levels of $53.43 and $46.59. A decline below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Tuesday, the 9th of September, 2025, and thus far, the stock has increased by 79.25%. Further increases are anticipated until a new top pivot is established. Moreover, a buy signal has also appeared from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. The trading volume is increasing alongside the price, which is regarded as a favorable technical indicator. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal. Pivots, buy signal from 18 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 20 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 3 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 10 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages indicates a buy signal from 8 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 15 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages showed a buy signal from 95 days ago. For more signals, be sure to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Let's discuss the support, risk, and stop loss for AST SpaceMobile. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $54.80 and $54.34. There is an inherent risk when a stock is testing a support level. If this level is breached, the stock may then decline to the next support point. For AST SpaceMobile Inc., this support lies just below today's level at $54.80. If this support is broken, the following levels of support from accumulated volume will be at $54.34 and $49.76. This stock may experience significant movements during the day, indicating high volatility. With a substantial prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is classified as very high risk. Over the past day, the stock fluctuated by $9.42 between its high and low, or 16.41%. In the past week, the stock has shown an average daily volatility of 10.03%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for AST SpaceMobile, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, let's talk about the price-to-earnings ratio, often referred to as the PE ratio. This important metric measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A negative K/E ratio indicates that the company is experiencing losses or has negative earnings. Even well-established companies can face downturns, often due to factors outside their control. However, consistently negative P/E ratios may suggest a lack of profitability and potential bankruptcy risks. In other news, the next earnings report for the third quarter of 2025 is expected on the 13th of November, 2025. Analysts' consensus estimates stand at negative 17 cents. Keep a close watch on these figures, as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for AST SpaceMobile. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the stock could move upwards swiftly under the right conditions. In this case, you might want to enter a position and use volume to determine when to exit. On the downside, AST SpaceMobile encounters its first support level at $54.80. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for AST SpaceMobile from multiple analyst sources is strong sell. Let's take a look at some recent insider trades. On September 26, 2025, Wisniewski Scott conducted an insider sale of 28,529 shares of Class A common stock. On September 16, 2025, Yao Huiwen conducted an insider sale of 40,000 shares of Class A common stock. On September 15, 2025, Gupta Shanti B conducted an insider sale of 25,537 shares of Class A common stock. On September 2, 2025, Yao Huiwen conducted an insider sale of 40,000 shares of AST LLC incentive equity options. On September 2, 2025, Yao Huiwen conducted an insider purchase of 40,000 shares of Class A common stock. Based on the 100 most recent insider trades, we've calculated the insider power to be positive with a ratio of 15.108. Overall, insiders purchased 58,662,289 shares and sold 29,536,888 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $63.96. Reflecting a decrease of 3.32%. This stock experiences significant daily fluctuations, which introduces a considerable level of risk. The relative strength index, calculated over a 14-day period, currently stands at 84, further amplifying this risk. However, there is a buy signal indicated by a pivot bottom identified 17 days ago. Is AST SpaceMobile stock a good buy? AST SpaceMobile, Inc. presents several positive indicators. However, we do not find these sufficient to recommend it as a buy at this time. Currently, it should be viewed as a hold or accumulation candidate while we await further developments. Due to minor weaknesses in the technical analysis, we have revised our evaluation of this stock from a buy recommendation to a hold. After assessing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price appears to be overvalued. For trading on Friday, the 3rd of October, we anticipate that AST SpaceMobile will open lower by $2.69, beginning at a price of $63.47. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By using this information, you agree to take full responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for this stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With warm regards from all of us here at StockInvest.